had some form of gesture there. You can make that what you want. And then Buddy Hield kind of responded. So you have...
What's going on? It's your boy DT. I want to talk about something, man. I had to jump in here this real quick. And I ain't going to be too long today, but I want to talk about Ja Morant. Ja Morant, you know what I'm saying? I see the league, and I thought the league was going to try to fine him or suspend him because at the game against the Warriors, he did like the gun gesture. And knowing about the history he had with the NBA, I was thinking like they're going to be over harsh on him. What the hell was that? They're going to be over harsh on him because his history, you know what I'm saying, what he done, you know what I'm saying, how he got suspended a few times, how he been seen on live having a gun. So I thought they was really about to get him. But I seen this morning, they just gave him a warning. And that was dope, man, because sometimes, you know, like at one time they was calling the NFL the No Fun League, and for a little bit, not really with Adam Silver, he kind of for the players. And I just knew this morning they was gonna overreact. I thought I was gonna see a fine, probably a game suspension on Ja, just because of his history, you know what I'm saying? And they end up just giving him a warning. And they gave Buddy Hield a warning too, because when I looked at when they showed the video again, Buddy Hield did it to him first. And then when he was going back down the court, he ended up doing a gun gesture at him, you know what I'm saying, back at him. And I see a lot of people do that, especially when you're shooting the ball, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you talking about shooting nobody with no gun. Just, you make a shot a lot of times, it's shooting. So, you know what I'm saying, like shooting a gun, shooting a shot, you know what I'm saying, making a bucket. A lot of them dudes gonna do the gun gesture. So I didn't really have a big deal with what he did, you know what I'm saying? But I know the history that Ja Morant has with the NBA on him being suspended and the few issues he was getting into, you know what I'm saying? I thought they was really gonna do him more harsh, cause it's kind of like just say for instance, like a Draymond Green. Like you got so many bad fouls and so many flagrant fouls that any little foul down, you know what I'm saying, they gonna be a little more harsh on it because they gonna think you have a track record of doing these kind of fouls, so they gonna hit you a little harsh. So that's how I was thinking with why she standing way in the middle of the street. That's what I was thinking with Ja Morant. I thought they was gonna be harsh on him, give him like a game suspension, give him a fine. Even though it's a lot of players that still do that. I know Trae Young do it, but he points at his arm. You know, I know a lot of people got their little celebrations. I see in the NBA they doing the nose. When you put your finger under your nose, they taking it out. I think they giving you an unsportsmanlike penalty for that, which they taking all the fun out the game. But I just knew with Ja Morant, they was gonna get Ja Morant. I just knew it. I say with his history and what he was dealing with in the past, you know what I'm saying, they was gonna get him. They was gonna spin him. They gonna at least hit him with a fine. But they warned him. You know, they brought him in there and talked to him, gave him a warning, tell him not to do it no more. And that's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? It's good they did that. You know, it's just like on anything. You don't gotta punish a person for everything they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be in the heat of the moment. And like I said, Buddy Hield did it to him first, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they could be cool. You know, he could just be shooting it back at him. He can hit a big shot, give him the gun signal, keep it moving. I know, I think, you know, the NBA would look at it because, you know, like people that was watching the film would make it more of a big old issue than what it is. I see a lot of people shooting at their veins, you know. It's a lot of little things, you know, people do after they make a shot. And sometimes it's just your signature. You cannot suspend or punish a Ja Morant when you play Call of Duty. Like, people play Call of Duty and stuff all day, you know what I'm saying, where they shooting people, doing this, doing that, and then you just make a gun gesture in a game, you know what I'm saying, and they get you in trouble or suspend you or fine you for it. I remember when Gilbert Arenas, it happened to Gilbert Arenas, and I heard this story for Gilbert Arenas a lot of times on him talking about the guns he brought to the locker room. They wasn't loaded, and it was more of a joke with the guy he was getting into it with on his team, which that was dumb, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up getting in the huddle at one of the games, and he was doing a gun signal while they was standing in the huddle, and everybody was laughing, you know what I'm saying? So they they end up suspending Gilbert Arenas for that. You know what I'm saying? But I can get both sides of the argument. I just think you don't have to be so harsh with the young man. He learning, and I don't think he meant nothing by it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't threaten nobody. Sometimes they get that kind of gesture after they make a shot. You know what I'm saying? And I think John Morant, you know, with all those little situations he was going through a minute ago, I think it kind of hurt his career, man. Because, you know, like around that time where John Morant was dealing with all that, he was like the most upcoming hype player at the time. And, you know, like, you see John Morant, I know he be suffering a lot of injuries and stuff, but you see John Morant, but I don't look at him in that same light like we looked at John Morant a minute ago. And that's kind of weird. And when they start bringing up that about him doing it, I'm thinking he about to get suspended. It made me start thinking like, man, we don't even talk about y'all like that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? He still does his thing. He's still gonna hoop, but it's weird that he's such an afterthought in our mind now. We don't even look at him how we used to look at him at a certain time. And you know what I'm saying? I think Anthony Edwards kind of took some of that shine away. And I think that's what it is. Everybody's so in love with Ant-Man now and how explosive he is with the dunking and dunking over people. I think we done kind of replace John Morant with Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how people looking at it now. Anthony Edwards is a straight bucket, and he'll start. He got a better jump shot, and he's a better shooter. But I digress. Let me. I'm just hopping on her wondering, how do you feel about how do you feel that the NBA handled the John Morant situation? Do you think they handled it the right way? I know you got people out here that's gonna be like, oh no, they should have suspended him for doing that. You know what I'm saying? He know better. And I know there's people out here to be like, man, y'all tripping, man. Y'all being killjoys. Y'all acting like old people, get off my lawn. And I'm not gonna be one of them people. I feel like how the NBA handled it, they handled it the right way. They called him in the office, warned them, talked to him, but they warned both people for doing it, not just going at him, being more harsh to him because of his history, you know. But tell me how y'all feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe on my video. I'm out.